How you doing? My name is Tim Morosky, the owner of Mabus Games and the creative director for Antrea Chronicles Online. This is my very first tutorial called Level Stream Optimization, Quick and Dirty. We're going to start with how, and then we'll get into why. So the very first thing we've got here is a scene that I built using custom assets for the Antrea Chronicles development, and this is how we do level streaming. So let's go ahead and get started. We're going to get right into it. First, you're going to need to hit your Windows button. This is right up here. It's going to open up a drop menu. You're going to scroll down to Levels. Grab that, and you're going to have a menu that opens up, looks a little bit like this. Now, here's the important bit here. Everything exists within the persistent level when you start the map. So you're talking level stream volumes. There's 584 objects in here. That's what this number means. So we're talking the sunlights, the level stream, or the level lighting volumes, clouds, the skies, all kinds of just crap. All the crap that it usually starts with. I prepared this scene earlier for use specifically for this, so you guys can see exactly what's going on. So we're going to show you how to make this work. So the first thing we're going to want to do is create a new level. So we're going to hit this drop menu right here, create new, and then we're going to create a new level called LST. This is going to open up right here. LST Level Stream Tutorial Level _ 001. This is kind of important. You're going to want to copy this name, so I'm going to hit Control C with that highlighted, hit save, and that's going to create a new level right here. So now we want to open up our blueprints. So we hit this little drop menu right here, open level blueprint, and that's going to do this. It's going to open up into here. There's just a blank space. We're going to right click, we're going to type in load stream level. Right here, we're going to paste that name that we copied. We're going to want to make sure that this is exactly what this is called. Otherwise, this won't work. Next step, you want to make sure that you check off Make Visible After Load. I don't know why it's not just like that, because we're loading the level in, you would think it would just be there. But it's not. Make sure you check that box. Right-click again. We're going to type in load one more time. We're going to go for Unload Stream Level. And again, we're going to paste that name right into there. Give ourselves a little bit of space to work. Now we're going to back up just a little bit and minimize this. Now we're going to go into our levels panel again. We're going to create another new level. We're going to paste that name, backspace, change it to LST level 002, copy that name, save, back to our blueprint. Right-click in the blank space again, load, stream level, right-click again, load, unload stream level. We're going to paste this name this time, LST2, paste that one again, make sure we make visible after load, and we're going to go ahead and do it one more time. We're going to go with a level 3, create new, paste that name, backspace 3, copy this name, Control C, save, back to the blueprint, right-click in the blank space, type in load, stream level, paste that name, check that box, right-click again, unload stream level, paste that name, and that's going to take care of setting up the blueprint for this. So from here, we're going to go ahead and make a couple of adjustments to our box. This is just a floaty little thing, so we're just going to pop this right up over here, give ourselves some space to work. Now, the next thing we're going to want to do here, and here comes the important bit for how to do this. First, we want to make sure that we are double-clicking right here. If you double-click, that's going to make it the active level. You can tell it's active by being blue right here. So we're going to double-click, and we're going to make sure that we are absolutely in the persistent level for the next step we're about to take. We're going to place trigger volumes. Now, trigger volumes have to exist inside of the persistent level. And I want you to take a look here. We've got 583 objects inside of the persistent level right now. So keep that number in mind. Now, what we're going to do here is we're going to go over to this panel. We're going to hit Volumes, and we're going to scroll down to where it says Trigger Volume. We're just going to drag one of those right into the scene. That's a green box. All right, now we're going to go ahead and hide this, and we're going to hide this, so we've got a little bit more view to work with. So now we're going to go inside of here, and we're going to place our very first trigger. We're going to stick this one right here. Now this one, we're going to use it to call in level 1. And level 1, all we're doing here is skipping between the move tool, the rotate tool, and the scale tool. Now you can use those either right here, you can select between them here. With an object selected, you can see what it's doing. Or you can just hammer on the spacebar. I hammer on the spacebar a lot, so sorry, get used to it. Alright, next. What I want to do here is I'm going to double click on level 1. And we're going to take these posts right here, and we're going to make those go into level 1. So all we have to do is select whatever we want to have inside of level 1. So in this case I have this grouped, I prepared this earlier. We're going to go down to level, move selection to current level. Pop that right into there. So now we've just taken from 583 objects in the persistent level down to 66 objects, or we've in 66 objects out of that into level 1. That's right, there we go. Now we're going to select this house. This house, we're going to double click on 2, right click, level, move selection to current level. And that's going to take everything that was inside of the persistent level as this house, now moves it into level 2. Now we're going to double click on level 3, we're going to grab this house, and we're going to move them as well. All you have to do for that is really, you can either go into level, move selection to current level, or with that selected and this level as the active level, you hit Control M and that automatically does it for you. So now we've taken the level from the persistent from 583 all the way down to 21, and that just includes these volumes out, or the light importance volumes, this BSP brush that starts as your default, the sky, lights, character, and these 4 pieces right here. Well, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now, for this demonstration, we're going to leave these in place in the persistent level because we want them to be there when this actually loads up and plays. Alright, now, we've taken this trigger. This is the one that we're going to want to turn on level 1. Level 1 is these posts. So with this guy selected, we're going to open up our blueprints again. Move this over here so we can see. We're going to go over to level 1. Right-click in the blank space. Add event for trigger volume 1. Oh, we have to make sure that we're in the persistent level. Add event for trigger volume 1. Collision on actor overlap. So that means as soon as the player runs through and touches this, it's going to say, hey, load stream level 1. Level 1, of course, is all the posts. Now we're going to add another one of these. Actually, we're going to move this forward a little bit. Right there. We're going to just, from here, we're just going to alt-drag and copy things into the world. So these are all going to go into the persistent level. So this one right here, we're going to back it up just a little bit. This one's going to be our off trigger for that. So now, when we run inside of here, right-click, add event, collision on actor overlap. This one is trigger volume 2, and that one's going to say, hey, as soon as the player touches this, unload level 1. So let's go ahead and see how that works out for us. We're going to hit save. This should be pretty quick, and it was. Then we're just going to hit play from editor, and we're going to go through here. Now, as we look through here, we can see that that guy's still there, or the all those shadows are still there. That's going to happen until we build the lighting. But the posts are not there. The houses are not there. We can just run all around this stuff, and nothing's going to happen whatsoever. We can go in here. It's as though it doesn't exist at all. So now we're going to come back out of here. We're going to run through that specified place. Boom. That's how quick everything loads in. Now, ideally, the trick here is to load it in without the player seeing it. But for the sake of this demonstration, we're going to do exactly the wrong thing and show you exactly how it does it. So now we're going to hit escape. We're going to create another new trigger volume. Grab this guy. And this one, we're going to turn on level 2. Duplicate that. We're going to go into this guy. Here's our level 2. Right-click in the blank space, add event, collision, on actor overlap, and wire that up. Now, duplicate this guy, drop it here, right-click, add event, collision, on actor overlap. Do that. Now, so we can keep these distinguished here, so I can tell the difference. We're going to highlight that and hit C on the keyboard to bring up the comment, and this one's going to be level _001 posts. And the reason we're using this, popping those in here, is basically for boundaries for the map. It's not going to stop us from going through it, but it is going to keep us from, comment this one, this is going to be, it's going to keep us from running out of bounds and not hitting triggers. Level _002 brown house. And that's going to be this guy. Now, we're going to grab another one. Oh, this one's off. That was there. All right, good. So here's what's going to happen now. We're going to hit save, file, save all. Let's go ahead and build the light. This shouldn't happen, or this shouldn't take very long at all, really. See how it goes down. It's actually moving pretty quick. Okay, so the next thing that we're going to do is we're going to start placing triggers. We're just going to move this out of the way. We're going to start placing triggers inside of this house to turn on that house. So that's going to be a whole lot of fun once we're done here. All right, encoding textures, and there we go. And I don't care about any of that. So now, let's go ahead and play it. Let's see what happens with those shadows. Interesting. There's our guy. So now, this house just spawned in. Now, why would we want to just do this and not that? So, for example, why this is a little bit different from zone streaming, there's a couple different streaming options. This one's called level streaming, and this allows us to do things at a distance. So now we can come through here, turn that house off, and all we have to render is the 25 things that are inside of the persistent level. So the reason we do this is to keep our render times down, our performance up, reduce the draw call, and in the event we use frustum calling, which we will be, it doesn't load in stuff that we just can't see. Like if we have no line of sight on that building, there's no reason to have it. So then when we have the frustum calling applied, that house doesn't get rendered in, even if we're back there. Let's go ahead and hit escape here. Now we're going to grab another one of these guys. Grab this, drag it over here, into the house. Right here. There we go. That will turn off level 3. There we go. Come back over this way. Duplicate another one of these. That's going to turn on level 3. Bring another one of these back here. This will turn off level 3. You can just start stacking these things up to turn a level on or off at will. So actually, we're going to place this one here. We're going to duplicate or scale it up a little bit. Duplicate this one. Delete that. I want to turn my snaps back on for rotation. There we go. Move this into place here. There we go. This one over this way. This one's going to turn off level 3. Now this way, you kind of have the player caged in, so no matter which direction they choose to go, level 3 is going to turn off. Now we're going to grab this guy. We're actually going to have this one, scale it down and out, like so. The trick here is you don't want these volumes to touch each other. Well, really, you don't want the player to be able to touch this one and that one at the same time. I'm not really sure what happens. I think it's a nerd explosion, like Darth Vader kills Spock or something. I'm not really sure. So we're going to right click here in the blank space, collision on active overlap, and that one connects to right there. Now for OCD purposes, line this up a little bit, line this up a little bit, slide these over, comment this, LVL underscore 003 stone house. Alright, good. Now, we're going to want another one of these right over here. So we're going to be able to see this house from the window. So grab that guy. Drop it there. That's going to be on for level 3. We'll grab another one of these guys. Let's grab this one so we don't have to rotate. Drop it right here. That's going to be off. Wire this up. Go. Alright. File. Save all. We're not going to bother building. Doesn't matter if we build it. Alright, run through here. Now let's look at the levels panel. Now we can see what's happening here. We can see that if we run through here, none of those levels are on. The only one that is on is the persistent, and that one is always on all the time. So now we're going to come back through this way. Turn that house on. We can see that this one's on over there. Now we're going to come up to here, and we're going to notice that level 3 turns off. Now that means it's just not there at all. So if we go out this way, where we don't have any triggers to turn it back on, it's completely off. If we come back over here, we can see that it's on. If we look out this window, we can see that the building is there. Come back through here, it turns off. If we come back throughout here, it's back on again. So this is more of a surgical strike as compared to zone streaming, where you have to be within an area to have it rendered in. This is for when you want to render something at a distance, or when you want to hide something altogether because you're using frustum calling to make up even better performance. And that's basically it. That was my first video tutorial ever. So if you like this, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, and if you want to see this in full detail, like to the extreme, you want to come over and check us out on Mavis Games at Twitch TV, where we do this live. So let's give you a little bit of a look here. Hit the Mavis Games tutor, open this, and I'll demonstrate how we take this to a very extreme level of detail. So when we're doing this, go ahead and open. There you go. Thank you. Thank you very much. Go on. The dead air is killing us. It's office spacing me. There we go. So if you want to see how this is done at an extreme level, come and check us out over on Twitch TV. The link will be pinned in the comments. So thank you, everybody. It's been fun. This has been Mavis Games, signing off.